Hey, long time no see. Welcome back to my channel, Official Lorraine. I'm Lorraine. I know it's been a while. It's probably been like over a month. It might have been 2 months. So, first of all, apologies. The last month and a half have been crazy for a lot of reasons. The biggest one is I'm pregnant. And so I'm right now, as of recording, 11 weeks. And so I'm finally like kind of out of the first trimester. Let me tell you, the first trimester is no joke. It is quite a doozy. I have barely been able to do anything. The last couple weekends have been the first that I've actually helped participate in cleaning and activities around the house and being productive. Before that, I have just been so exhausted, so tired. If you've ever been pregnant or known someone that's pregnant or your spouse that's been pregnant, you've seen how hard the first trimester can be. You know what I'm talking about. That is really hard. Oh my gosh. Now I want to come back to this project. I really didn't have the energy. I was really bad even before getting pregnant or finding out that I was pregnant. I was really bad about staying consistent with making the videos. Hold on. Excuse me, had a brief interruption. Had to tell my friend the good news. I was talking about ideally, I would have had like a whole bunch of videos already recorded and edited, or even raw footage that I could have gone through and edited over the course of time that I wasn't feeling good and wasn't recording anything, but I didn't. So I fell very much behind. Now that I'm about to start the second trimester, I'm starting to get my energy back, my motivation back, and I really want to do well. Dream goal would be quit job after maternity leave, but that's in all reality. I don't think it's like out of reach. I think it'd take a ton of work and commitment, which I want to do, but I also want to do well at my day job, even though I'm not loving it. I guess I just need to reevaluate my priorities and see how I can succeed enough at both because it's hard to give 110% to both things. So, anyway, that's just kind of like drawn out excuses of why I haven't posted anything or recorded anything or even done anything. I haven't done any work on this. It's honestly embarrassing, but the first trimester is really hard. I think a lot of people who have had kids and who have been pregnant know what I'm talking about. So I know I'm not alone. I'm just trying to get back to my normal and find my motivation, find my groove, and find the best way for me to be consistent. I think something needs to be changed in the way I format these videos, which I might not do that here. And what I think I'm going to do moving forward is film and screen share what I'm doing instead of doing a recap of the week because the recaps really aren't working. Whenever I originally wanted to start this YouTube channel, the idea was that I would be filming what I was doing. It'd be sort of like a vlog, but not really a vlog. It'd be like a montage of everything that I was doing. A lot of the stuff that I was doing wasn't very interesting or filmable, and I'm not good at making things aesthetic, especially when recording or editing or anything, and it's not really something that I'm super interested in, being the most aesthetic person. That quickly became, I guess, kind of an unrealistic expectation for myself because I don't know how to make things aesthetic and I'm not really willing to take the time to figure it out. Moving forward, it'll be good for me to just sit down and be like, okay, today I'm revamping my landing page, or today I'm designing posters, and then do a screen share and talk through the ideas. And you can see me mess up, you can see how bad I am at graphic design, you can see my thought process behind things or the effort that I'm putting in, instead of me just being like, this week I did this and this week I did that, not really actually seeing the process. I think In one of the videos, I'll probably do a more in-depth recap of what I have done, like actually going through the marketing plan that I wrote up, or the business plan, or whatever else I like filled out that I think would also be helpful to anyone who is like trying to take their goals a little more seriously and want to like take the time to map some things out, even if they are just like your hobbies and stuff. Obviously, dream big would be to do this full time once I'm at a place to actually release the book and everything. But also, that might not happen, and that's fine. There's no expectations for this. And I think that's what's like really, I think it's really beautiful about just pursuing dreams for the sake of pursuing dreams. Like, if it does become something, that's great. And if it doesn't, that's also great, because I'm doing this for myself. I guess for the rest of this video, it should be just a pretty short kind of thing. I wanted to hop on it and give you a little explanation of why I've been pretty MIA and what my goals are moving forward and how I want things to look. I have this little list in front of me that I wrote probably like 2 months ago. What's on here? I've been watching different YouTube channels, trying to get a little bit of inspiration and motivation. I've been finding different YouTube channels to get inspiration from other professionals and how I want my channel to look like and the vibes that I want. It seems like everyone has these really energetic pages and everything's so bright, which I probably should turn up the brightness on everything. But, you know, whatever. Everyone's very like, oh my gosh, and kind of like in your face and like has all of these like gadgets and gimmicks and crazy edits. I found a couple channels. One of them's called The Calm Creative and the other one is called Uncomfy. I just love their channels so much because they're both just like very calm, not monotone, but monotone adjacent. They're excited, but don't show it like an extrovert. You can see that they're introverted, and I really love their missions. They don't do writing or anything, they do physical art. The Calm Creative does watercolor and other mediums. Comfy started out making handmade clay creations that are really cute, and now she's kind of pivoted to do more digital stuff and plushies. And I just think like going through her channel and watching her journey has been super nice. Sometimes I just put her videos on in the background even though I've watched them, just because her videos are really calming and make me productive. If I'm not being productive working from home for my day job, I'll put on her YouTube channel and it like helps me concentrate. It's so wild, but absolutely love their vibes. And so I think it's been really great for me to stumble on their channels. I feel like talk like me, and they have similar, or I have similar energy to them, and it kind of made me feel a little more validated in my goals for a YouTube channel. I can be successful without being in your face all the time and like being loud and crazy opinionated and whatever. Like I can be calm and comforting and positive and still like find my people and find my audience. And so that's been really nice, just kind of to find like validation in their channels. In my last video, I think I kept referring to myself as younger Amanda instead of younger Lorraine. Amanda is my actual name. Lorraine's my middle name. For this book and my creative endeavors, I like to go by Lorraine. I think it's really pretty. It's my grandma's name. Sometimes I forget that I'm trying to go by Lorraine here and I say younger Amanda. So that's why there's an inconsistency there, in case you noticed. In one of these videos, we got to come up with some fun, creative marketing campaigns. I want to have in-person guerrilla marketing around town, around the city. I think that'd be really fun to get a local audience and a local support system here. If I were looking for my product, how would I find it? Instead of thinking like, okay, what's like a creative way to market it? It's like, okay, well, let me be in the mind of someone who wants this product. Where would I go to find it? Where's the most likely place that I would actually pay money for it or something, instead of just like trying to get people's attention, and instead of just thinking about like what I want to do as someone who's trying to market her book or sell her book. What do I think other people want? But let's just think about what I would want if I were a consumer wanting to buy this product. In the newsletter, that if I'll ever send it out, I want to include blog posts about the steps I took and include the actual documents or templates that I've used so you can use them for yourself if that's something you are interested in. And then I have a note to make the next video designing the website together, at least designing the landing page, because I think that'll be fun. It'll make this feel more like a vlog and give it more momentum and be more interesting, in my opinion. And so I think that's the goal. I also need to follow up with my friend who said she was interested in marketing. I think she just gets really busy. So I'm going to have to follow up with her. And then I also asked one of my buddies if he wanted to read or skim the manuscript and see if he felt like he wanted to practice. He said that he wanted to get into graphic design and stuff. And I was like, well, if you want to design a cover for this, I can send you the manuscript. And if something jumps out at you, go for it. But you can also say, no, I'm not going to be offended. So I don't know if radio silence means that he isn't inspired by it or if he just like it dropped off his radar. So I need to follow up with both of them. I feel like that's the name of the game in any creative industry, is always having to follow up with people, especially really creative people, which both of my friends are. Time moves both so slowly and so quickly at the same time, which is wild. I can't believe it's already halfway through April. January is always such a slow month, and it's like, will this month ever end? And then as soon as it does, the whole rest of the year flies by. I really want to stay committed the next 6 months and see what we can do together and see where we can take this, because I do care about this project and I think it's time that I show that through effort and consistency. Hopefully I'm able to balance taking care of myself and also committing to this project because I think it deserves it. But all we can do is take it day by day. It is hard balancing a corporate job and being kind of drained from that by the end of the day, and then being like, okay, let's record something or put effort elsewhere when really all I want to do is rest. But I feel like I'm finally getting my energy back and am actually capable of doing more than I have been the last couple months. So that's really exciting. We'll keep it at that for this video. Hopefully the algorithm doesn't like totally hate me for being dead for like a month and a half or 2 months. But whatever, we're just going with the flow. I'm doing what I feel like I can, and I'm going to try and step it up. I hope you're doing well, and I hope that whatever you're working on is fruitful for you and like fulfilling to you, and that you find enjoyment, and that you keep going with it. Keep learning and stay happy. That's all that matters. So, peace.